Hello everybody, my name is Laura Keating and I am going to talk about ophthalmology or the anatomy of the human eye. I do have a model here to show you some of the anatomy. So I'll get started real quick with the lacrimal gland. It's this little guy right here. There is one located above each eye and they are responsible for secreting some of the fluid that makes up the tear film. So it's the aqueous layer. Then we'll move on to the sclera, which is this here. It's the white part of the eye, and this goes all around the eye up to the cornea. And this is the white outer layer or tissue that is tough, and it helps support the eye. The next thing I'll talk about is the cornea, and it's this here. And I don't know if you can see, this is the cornea is a dome-shaped clear tissue that is at the front of the eye. The cornea, actually what's cool about it, the dome shape, is that because it's dome-shaped, it's bent, the light bends when it goes through the eye and hits the retina. So our images come in upside down, and then when they get to the brain, they're right side up. That's kind of cool. And then you take apart the eyeball. And here, it's kind of hard to see, but you'll see what's supposed to be, I'll show you the iris first. So here's the iris. It's the colored part of the eye. The iris either constricts the pupil or it dilates the pupil depending upon how bright the light is. So it helps keep, I guess, your eye from seeing like bright light. It is a muscle that goes back and forth depending upon how bright the light is to kind of protect your retina from that. And then you get to the lens, which sits right behind the pupil, which this is supposed to be black or dark. It's a hole in the center of the eye, but for the model, I guess it's clear. But the lens, I don't know if you can see that. It sits right behind the iris. It's located inside, right behind the iris and behind the pupil. And the lens is a clear structure that focuses light rays onto the retina. The lens deteriorates over time and it becomes opaque, or can have opacities in it. And then they will have, so that's cataracts, and then you can have artificial lenses put in place surgically that resemble our natural lens, which is kind of cool that that's even an option. So I'll put this back in here. Oh, the vitreous humor. The vitreous humor is a thick gel like substance that helps the eye keep its shape, and that should be inside the globe of the eye. So it's like a clear, like in the middle of the eye, thick substance. And then the ciliary body is a vascular structure that helps produce the aqueous humor, which is the normal fluid within the eye. And the aqueous humor, if there's too much of that, that's where you can develop glaucoma. If there's too much aqueous humor production and not enough resorption or drainage, there's a drainage problem with the drainage angle, then you can develop glaucoma. And glaucoma will obviously increase the pressure within the eye, and it can actually cause blindness or retinal detachment or other trauma to the eye itself. And then the next thing I want to talk about is the retina, which on this model looks really weird, but the retina is a thin piece of tissue. It's very light sensitive and nerve filled, and it's the thing that holds the rod and cone cells, and it sits at the back of the eye. So this is where it is on the model, but I don't know if you can see that. And it's very vascular. And located in the retina is the fovea and the macula, which help us see sharp vision. And then the next thing is the optic nerve, which is this guy. And the optic nerve is a bundle of nerve fibers that help us see. The nerve fibers transmit electrical impulses to the brain, and then that's how we see. So that is all I have for now.